This is PBS.
Hello and welcome to This is Public Broadcasting. I'm your host, Captain Rutlidge. I mentioned last season in my Top 10 British Sitcoms episode about British programming slowly sneaking its way to American shores and the comfort of everybody's living room. Get that waste of money out of here. Again, I mean PBS. With shows like Masterpiece bringing the best of British drama to American audiences, not to mention the wide variety of sitcoms and mysteries, PBS has for a long time been a mainstay for British programming in America. And the most popular of these shows, not to mention the longest running, Doctor Who. For those who don't know, Doctor Who premiered on the BBC in 1963 and soon became one of the most popular shows on the programming lineup. It features an alien Time Lord named the Doctor and his companions traveling through space and time in the Doctor's TARDIS and fighting off enemies like Cybermen, Daleks, and the Master. If ever the Doctor is near death, he can regenerate his body, taking on a new appearance and personality. Doctor Who first came to America in 1965 on CBC in Canada, and eventually the United States would see the series in 1972. Time Life attempted selling the Jon Pertwee episodes of the show to commercial stations across the US, but low ratings and little knowledge of the show's serial format led to the show being pulled from several station lineups. 6 years later, PBS stepped in. Time Life learned its lesson from the first series and slightly reformatted a few Tom Baker episodes for American viewers. PBS stations just purchased the show with barely any thought, but almost overnight, the show became a cult classic.
Doctor, you're being childish.
Well, of course I am. There's no point in being grown up if you can't be childish sometimes.
As the 1980s rolled in, the old Time Life broadcasts were replaced by the original British version of the program. In some cases, serials were combined to create omnibus movies known as Whovies. Doctor Who fandom caught on like wildfire across the US, with tours and conventions allowing fans to meet the people behind the show in person. In 1983, actors Patrick Troughton, Jon Pertwee, Peter Davison, and Tom Baker visited fans in Chicago ahead of the premiere of The Five Doctors. And from 1986 to 1988, the Doctor Who USA tour gave fans across the nation a look at the props and memorabilia of Britain's best-loved sci-fi program.
Hello, I'm Colin Baker, and in each Doctor Who episode, the Doctor, alias me, faces every sort of peril and insidious monster. Call in your pledge. Tell them you watch Doctor Who and can't regenerate without it. Call now and help keep the Doctor on WHA TV.
Every series from the days of William Hartnell to the final years of Sylvester McCoy had its time on PBS stations, airing across America from New Jersey to Chicago and the Dakotas. If you're wondering what's happened, so am I. It's like the computer just went wild. Are you Campbell? Hey, don't worry, Cap. Just some crude segue into the next point. Oh. It's hard to talk about Doctor Who on PBS without bringing up the Max Headroom incident. In 1987, Chicago station WTTW was airing the Tom Baker story Horror of Fang Rock, when suddenly the station's signal was hijacked, with a video of a person in a Max Headroom mask performing vulgar actions on camera. If you're curious, there are videos of the incident here on YouTube. The hijacking is still a great mystery today, and the culprits behind it have never been identified. Anyways, back to Doctor Who.
Some of there's danger, some of there's injustice, and somewhere else the tea's getting cold. Come on, Ace, we've got work to do.
After years of disinterest from the BBC, production on Doctor Who was cancelled in 1989, ending the show's impressive 26-year run. At that point, several PBS stations began to drop the show from their lineup. Only Iowa Public Television and Maryland Public Television continued to air rerun episodes of the show until 2006. After 17 years of nothing, not to mention a poorly advertised TV movie that nobody watched, Russell T Davies revived the show for a new series in 2005 with Christopher Eccleston as a new Doctor. But before PBS stations could even throw their hat in the ring for broadcasting the show, Sci-Fi Network beat them to it. However, many stations still aired these new episodes.
I'm the Doctor, by the way. What's your name?
Rose.
Nice to meet you, Rose. Run for your life!
In 2007, station KTEH in San Jose, California, acquired the rights to broadcast the 2005 series, followed shortly by CET Cincinnati and 38 other stations across the country. To fill a full hour, these episodes were often followed up by episodes of Doctor Who Confidential, explaining how the episode was filmed and produced.
If you're looking for backstory, if you're looking for a lot of reasons why the Doctor is the way the Doctor is, you should look at the Dalek episode.
This, my viewers, was how I was introduced to the world of Doctor Who, starting with David Tennant episodes on Iowa Public Television, and going on through the end of the Matt Smith era. Afterwards, though...
The new season of Doctor Who, Saturday, September 19th at 9, only on BBC America.
It should be obvious to most viewers that PBS has little to offer producers in the way of profit, which is probably why BBC America and Sci-Fi earned the primary broadcast rights to new Doctor Who episodes produced by BBC Wales. By the time that PBS stations had their broadcast rights, the series would already be seen by fans on network television or on DVD. Of course, that's not to say that some PBS stations did not try to air the show.
He is from the edge of the universe.
We have the power to do anything we like. Absolute power over every particle in the universe.
As of 2019, only 5 PBS stations continue to show Doctor Who reruns: Iowa Public Television, Maryland Public Television, KBTC Seattle, Idaho Public Television, and WMVS Milwaukee. Of these 5, Iowa Public Television has aired the show the longest, starting from 1974 to 1979, and then continuously on Friday nights alongside Red Dwarf through 1989 and beyond.
Ever been to Alzarius?
It's a red and blue striped golfing umbrella.
Really? It's a small universe, isn't it?
You taught him that? That's terrific!
And that is all for the second season of This is Public Broadcasting. Thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this journey through space, time, and television. If so, feel free to like, subscribe, and comment. We'll be back next fall, but in the meantime, I'll leave you folks with the parting words of William Hartnell's First Doctor. One day, I shall come back. Yes, I shall come back. Until then, there must be no regrets, no tears, no anxieties. Just go forward in all your beliefs, and prove to me that I am not mistaken in mine. So long, viewers.
Across continents, across generations, across time, the magic is there, continuing the mythology for perhaps another 21 years of adventure.
About time for my summer holiday.
We're all going on a summer holiday. No more working for a week or two. Fun and laughter on our summer holiday. No more worries for me or you, for a week or two. We're going where the sun shines brightly. We're going where the sea is blue. We've seen it in the movies. Now let's see if it's true. Everybody has a summer holiday, doing things they always wanted to. So we're going on a summer holiday to make our dreams come true. the sun shines brightly. We're going where the sea is blue. We've seen it in the movies. Now let's see.